Hi guys, another technical analysis video from MeyemediaUK. I'm going to start the video off by giving the official Telegram a little bit of advertising on this video, so make sure you join the official Jasmy Junction Telegram group. I have actually had a shout out in there due to creating some content, so made some translation videos because the team's event was in Japanese. Put those on the YouTube so they're easier to access, makes the information more available to others on other platforms. Also, the Junction Teams event, the audio for the one conference, we had a lot of crowd noise in the background, so clean that up. I also have the previous chart prediction, so make sure you go check out the previous chart prediction, because what you will notice is that chart prediction is very accurate considering what the chart is doing right now. So let's get on with the video. Let me just get this change to jasmy chart. There we go. And yeah, close this Telegram quickly, and make sure you guys join the Discord community as well, because we do have a Jasmy Underground research department where we do research, we post technical analysis, predictions. We've got a general chat for general users where we have Peace Space, Jasmy Scalper Peace Space, and we also have AOA Anonymous, who do technical analysis. They post their indicators, their trades, their profits and losses in here, and yeah, it's pretty active lately with these guys. But I want to be talking about my new predictions today, and what I can see happening in the chart and what patterns I'm noticing, and I will explain my drawings for people who don't understand what the lines mean. Each and every single line on my chart represents something of significance, and I will explain what these lines mean. So, number one, we want safety zones and danger zones. The danger zones are also your bullish zones where the coin's pumping. What happens is it gets dangerous because it can have sudden falls, and you'd like to know when those falls can happen. So I have drawn danger in red, but danger isn't always bad, because danger is where you make money. So danger is drawn in red lines. The red lines are your downtrends on the actual chart, which are really thin red lines, and the downtrends are only marking from the highest point of the RSI at that current period to the lowest point or the next low it finds. When I mean low, that bottom that it finds, that's marked with red. Now I've done the exact same for the climbs, but that's marked in blue. Very faint blue lines, you might be able to see them, but they're all diagonal. They're either climbing or they're falling. Then we have green, my favorite color at the moment. That's your safety. That's your, I hope you're buying now price, because if you're not buying when it's below that green, those three green lines, if it's anywhere below that top green line at the bottom of the chart, then that is where you will make your money. So if it's anywhere at the bottom of those green lines, that's your buying opportunity. As we can see, the RSI is actually approaching that area Now the squiggly lines on the chart, which is the actual reading, the purple bit of it is the actual current RSI based on live data. Now the yellow line, squiggly line, is a moving average. So it's like an averaged estimate. It's like you know, sometimes figures can be inflated. Once you evaluate things and you work out, oh, okay, it's actually a rounded down number now. That will be your moving average. I'm eating polos, by the way. So yeah, this one was just drawn today. Now also what I've done is I've drawn diagonal green lines from one point, and the point is the lowest point on the chart. Now I'm not saying that was the lowest RSI, because the RSI actually goes lower, it goes on a downtrend, but those green lines start from the lowest point on the chart for that time frame, which is the hourly time frame. So put it on the hourly, I found the lowest point that I could see on the chart at that time point, and then I've drawn my trend lines from that point. So the top diagonal one reaches the highest RSI, then it goes down to the next highest, but it's not the next highest from the left. Everything's got to go right way, it's got to go towards the right. You can do this with downtrends as well. You can figure out where's the cool off points and where's the most concentration of something, so you can find absolute safety. So that's what I aim to do, is find safety. Find the safety net of everything, find the bottom of everything. When's everything going to be safe and stable and on an upwards path, even if it is gradually? That's what I'm aiming for. So anyway, let's move on, just so you guys have understood this. Now if we look, we've also got two orange lines, which is the highest point. Those are diagonal lines as well. It's from the highest point of the RSI, and it's got to touch the next highest point of the moving average. Same with the bottom orange line, which is the lowest point of the RSI, and it touches the lowest point, the next lowest point of the moving average. We're going to have our averages then. We have our breakout lines. Where's our best times to buy? This will show you. This will show you when all the dips will happen, where all the meeting points will be happening, when all the flips of the MACD will happen, just with this one simple line. But yeah, depending which one happens depends on other factors, so it's not as easy as it sounds, but yeah. So let's go to my veterans chart, because here I post a lot more details. I'm going to go to my most recent ones. So I've shown you that one. This was me doing that same thing. So that's the initial RSI prediction over what the chart is currently doing, so we can see where the breakout was, where it started climbing and breaking out. We can see everything. We can see where it is now. We can see the RSI is cooled off more than the fall itself, which is nice. It's a very nice pattern. Then what I do is I find the bottom meeting points, of where it could hit next, based on the very bottom. And then the long-term mid-range of the, so basically I've marked all the bottoms. The blue lines are the bottoms. So I've got red circles on the absolute bottom. I've got orange circles on the mid-range bottom, and we've got yellow circle on the top of the bottoms. Currently the yellow and the orange lines meet up, and it looks like it's falling to touch that point where it meets up. And if it fails there, well, that's where it's going to touch that bottom line with the red circles on. 1.3 cent. And if we're lucky, we might get 1 cent. If we're lucky. But after that, it's flying. After that, it's going to fly. We're going to go all the way back up to 2.4 cent first. And then we're going to loop back up and break that 2.75. That is imminent, just because of the RSI. And that's the hourly. If you see the 4 hour, it's even nicer. Various concentrations. We can see that it's currently coming into contact with that pink line. We need that contact to happen so we can see the reaction, if it's going to fall under or fall over. Previously it fell under, but it held the 2 times before that. Even though it fell under previously, it did climb back up, and it did try to break out and retest, but it failed. Now I'm going to go over to my trading view now and point out exactly what it failed, so it becomes understandable. So put it on the 1 hour. So let's stretch this out. Let's minimize that. So yeah, put it on the 4 hour. That's better. That's a lot better. Now let me remove all drawings. There we go. Now we got a clean slate. Now where are we now? We're currently here. Let's see what else this is. Clone. That's this zone here. That's this zone here. That's this zone here. That's this zone here. And it is also where we're currently at. Yeah, so that's that. We need to do one more here. So I'm just doing it so it's understandable for people who don't really understand technical things. I'm making it understandable for dummies, basically. Now let's do a different zone. Let's see a lower zone. So here it touched down, and here's the mid-range of this. So let's make this a different color. Let's make this a yellow. Yeah. Now let's clone. Damn, why can't I clone it? Man, I need to get a new computer mouse. But yeah, we got this red candle. It goes down to that zone. We got this here. It goes down to that zone. And we got this wick here. It just tries to enter that zone. Now let's see the zone above it. let's see what it did here, because there's concentration here. What I'll do, I'll do another shape here because this is a bit wider. So let's say we got this here. Yeah, so we'll make this red. So we got that one there. We have, damn, how do I just get a, oh yeah, I can just drag it down. I didn't know I could just do that. Oh, I could just do that, okay, yeah. So as we can see, it failed there, and it failed here. You know what? That's what I need to do. That's how I'll do it. I'll do it like this. Red. Failed there. But if you look previously, it didn't fail. Got above it here. If you look previously before that, it was trying to break out. And if you look previously before that, it looked very strong. It looked like it wanted to really carry on breaking out. Yeah. Now, this is another special zone here. Yeah, that one reached it. This one didn't. But this one did. You see? Yeah, so it could go either way. It could come down to here, you know, it could come down to here, or what it could do, you just see this here, it could test this. Yeah, it hasn't tested that yet. And if it does test that, then you could test anything, man. Flip it out. But yeah, that's where I think it's gonna go. And the other thing is this candle here, yeah. So we've got this candle here that was there. So if it fails that line, it's gonna go lower. And if we look to where it held up, it came back up to this point here. It came back up to that point there. So let me just extend this. This is going to be the green zone. So even if it does fall from here right now, yeah, even if it has a very sharp fall, it's going to climb back so instantly. It's going to be like this. Boom. That's what it's going to do. And the reason why I believe it's going to do that, yeah, is, watch this. Clone. Watch this, watch this. Because it did that here. Now, why that matters is because where was the RSI when this climb started? Should we have a look? Let's have a look. So if this went to here, the RSI would need to, I don't know, let's have a look. This is a 4 hour. Yeah, that needs to go there. So where did this climb start? So it started there. Yeah. Now I clone this. Where are we now? There we go, that'll take us to the same spot. There we go. Well done, pat on the back. You watch this happen now. You watch it happen. You just watch it happen. It has a pattern, it has a formation, and it will follow. Let me just close this, let me put this on. I've got a lot of drawings on my chart because I do a lot of like thinking. But yeah, I understand what everything means, especially if I put it on the daily. Oh my days. The more you zoom in, the more you can see. But yeah, I'm really feeling something happening, even with Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin, oof. Anybody who's watched my previous prediction video, well, as you can see, everything's happened with perfection. I'm just waiting for it to just touch this tip here. This is going to be a very, very sharp fall. It's just going to go boom, straight down to here. 5.8, something like that. 5.7. And then it's just going to go straight up here. Put that on the 4 hour. That's what it's going to do. Yeah, I'm certain that that's what it's going to do. Now, that wouldn't make it break the top, no, but that will make it triple top, and it will make a W formation as well on the short term. So, I've got a good feeling, man. I've got a good feeling that Bitcoin's preparing for something. Japan's preparing for some stuff. Jasmy's definitely preparing big time. I just feel like I'm focused on one of the best projects in the world right now, and it's all about the sovereignty, the self-sovereignty of your own data. You know, making data consensual. You know, them kind of things. I think that's definitely the next big thing. It's got to be. There's got to be something that comes into play that is the solution for the data problem. You know, the inaccuracy, the negligent and malicious data, just fraudulent data and stuff. There needs to be that solution. You know, the handling of data, the exchange of data between various people, parties. Half of them we've never known, never met, but they have access to your data and they make decisions based on your data. So, you know, and then let's make it even more sensitive. Let's look at what's happening in the world. We've got conflicts that are done by governments that are genocidal. These same governments are the governments that utilize personal data. It's how they do their statistics. They're, you know, figuring out what people feel, what people think. It's all data. It's all generated. When people do a census form, it's data. That's the collection of data. So everything within our world requires data. Even these conflicts that are happening in the world, it's all data that they're doing. They're destroying history, which is data. You know, so data's of the utmost importance, and I think you should be able to preserve your own data by any means. You should be able to govern how your data is handled, because especially if that data is about you, especially if that data is created against your consent by a complete stranger who you don't give authority to and has no authority over your autonomy. Yeah, you know, and especially with some of these genocidal countries right now doing these wars. Do you really want these nations to be handling your data? Like, well, they've clearly shown what they're capable of doing to other human beings. I don't feel like they're the right people to be handling anyone's data. So I don't want them to be handling my stuff like Palantir and Infosys. Yeah, these are organisations that the NHS use to manage your data. They're directly linked to Israel and its military. Intelligence services. I don't think they have any intelligence. They're just dumb. They just wanna. It's just a fancy word to make them feel like they're intelligent. It's like having smart meter, and smart meters are inaccurate. It's like calling it a smart meter when it's not smart. It's a trick word, because an uneducated individual will think, "Oh, it must be smart because it's got smart in its name." Yeah, the misconceptions and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm on this project because it's the right kind of project that the world needs now. It should have had this project 10 years ago, but Jasmy wasn't a thing then. Man, all my predictions, man, they all happened. Okay, some of them happened a bit late, but they happened. Yeah, if I get this here and put this over here, oh, it almost matches up, because it's always a pattern. It's always got a pattern. Damn, we've got to remove that. Yeah, I hate moving any lines on my chart. Even if it's wrong, I leave it on there because I like to have a history that I can look back on where I was wrong and how I was wrong. That way I can improve. So it's always good to never delete your mistakes. But yeah, little chart technical update. Make sure you guys jump into the Discord where, you know, we post charts and stuff like that. We have conversations and debates. We have these guys post their trades and stuff like that, and it's pretty educational. They got their long-term predictions and stuff. Yeah, so they're very technical people in here who have calculated minds, and I think that's very important. We also have the general chat where we post just random things. We have new members. We host events in here as well, so we be streaming. Yeah, it's just generally just a chilled out place. I'm not focused too much about growth in numbers. I'm more focused on quality over quantity. I'd rather have intelligent people instead of people who are too lazy to even want to learn how to do something. If I can, you know, educate people on the pattern recognition side of things, and somebody else is teaching them the day trading side of things and the understanding the indicator side of things, I think we've got a brilliant place where people can actually learn some useful stuff that can actually benefit their pockets in the long term. But yeah, post a bit of fun and jokes as well. But yeah, we post a lot of news in here, anything that connects, anything. Recently I haven't really been doing too much on the research side of things. I've been doing the technical side of things because I'm building an indicator specifically for Jasmy coin that will benefit the long-term investors. It will protect the investors, and it will give them the best times to buy. Basically, it's not going to tell them where to sell because I'm not trying to help people day trade. I want this to be only useful to the right people. There's too many rich dumb people. Let's make some rich intelligent people, and that's the people who want to learn. So yeah, let's go, man, let's go. Make sure you join the Discord, guys, and make sure you follow me on Twitter also. You can follow me at my foundation, I think it is. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. So, and also give Mr. Houston a follow as well, my brother Houston. This Discord community, it's me and Houston that built this place, so I want to help that guy as well. Yeah, this is me. Make sure you give me a follow, guys. The Discord link is linked on the profile. It's pinned to the profile, and it's just general news really that we post, retweet, post, retweet, post. Yeah, enjoy, guys, enjoy. Peace out. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if there's any questions that you'd like to ask. Let me know if there's any other similar projects to Jasmy that you guys are focused on, or if there's any specific projects that you'd like me to do technical analysis. I do one-on-one as well, so if you'd like to do a Skype and you want me to do some technicals for you, yeah, I do. It just costs from £20 an hour. So yeah, hourly rate £20 an hour. Yeah, peace out.